pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to have the candidates here tonight. I hope you all appreciate the effort it takes for them to prepare for these forums and come here. By my count, this is at least the 6th or 7th, possibly 8th forum, 10. We're at 10. Thank you all for coming tonight. We know there's a lot of things competing for your attention. Because there's been so many forums, and the candidates by now could give many of the answers to the standard questions in their sleep, what we've done is put a lot of the more commonly asked questions in the questionnaire, and we won't be asking about most of those tonight. Instead, we're going to try and take the candidates out of their comfort zone, first by increasing the heat in this building to approximately 90 degrees. And I was asked to lead the group in a ceremonial partial disrobing, but they've already beaten me to it. The rules for tonight are going to be fairly simple. This isn't a debate. The candidates are each going to give an introductory remarks. Following that, we will have questions. Most answers will be limited to only 2 minutes or 1 minute so that we can get as many points of information in as possible. There will be no direct dialogue between the candidates. This is not a debate. However, the candidates have been informed that if they bring up one of the other candidates by name or make a direct criticism of another candidate's position, the candidate to whom the comment is directed will have 30 seconds to respond. And our first candidate to give an opening remark will be Stuart Updike.
Good evening. Thank you very much for inviting me. I think I was on this stage last about 55 years ago when Nichols School and Haven put on a sort of a joint play together, but it's nice to be back. I'm Stu Updike. I'm one of the 4 candidates for mayor. I'm running for mayor because I love this town, and that's really at the core of this run. I was born in Evanston, 1942. I know this town as well as anyone, the streets and the neighborhoods. I know what's important to the citizens of Evanston, and that includes the parade down Central Street. I'm the current chair of the Plan Commission, and in that capacity I've learned a lot during the last 3.5 years about municipal governance. It's not so much an abstraction to me anymore. And when Mayor Morton decided to retire after 14 years, I thought, maybe this is my time. And I talked it over with my wife, Sarah. She agreed, as did my sons, and so I announced my candidacy. As far as my qualifications are concerned, I've gone through all of the public schools in Evanston, starting at Washington, then Nichols, then ETHS. From there I went to Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. Following graduation, I went into flight training in the United States Air Force. I served in the service in the Air Force for 5.5 years. And that's where I met my wife, who was teaching grade school in Atlanta, Georgia. After I left the service in 1971, I took advantage of the GI Bill and went to law school at John Marshall. And I've been practicing law ever since. I have served on the Evanston High School Board of Education. I've received a graduate degree at the University of Chicago in Liberal Studies. I've been on the Plan Commission since 2005. And I'm at a point in my life where I can begin to give something back to the community that has given me so much and given my family so much.
Thank you, Stuart. Our second candidate is Jean Lindwall.
Hi. Again, thank you for having us. My 2 daughters went to Haven, so I've been in this auditorium quite a bit, although not any time in the last decade, I'm afraid. I'm running because I feel that Evanston is at a critical juncture in its history. I've thought a lot about the challenges that we face as a community, and I have a unique set of skills that I believe really can help bridge the divides that have developed over the last few years. That's why I'm running for mayor, and I would respectfully ask for your vote. My two top priorities as mayor are to build a better and stronger Evanston by creating a consensus-driven community vision and implementing that vision. We really need to establish what Evanston's priorities are going to be for the future, and right now I'm not sure that anyone has a clear sense as to what those should be. We need to have a broad-based community dialogue, and the mayor, I believe, is the person that needs to lead this effort. Residents need to know that their voices are being heard by their elected representatives, and as we undertake this community discussion, residents need to be convinced that there are no hidden agendas and that the vision and strategies that emerge are not really intended to further anyone's political agenda, but rather make Evanston a better community. I also want to improve Evanston's image as a well-managed and fiscally responsible municipality. We need to work to restore the balance, establish trust, and reestablish the proper relationships among the city staff, the city council, and the mayor's office. Restoration of our AAA bond rating is one of my objectives. Minimizing budget increases is another. There are opportunities for economic growth and development throughout Evanston, but we need to be sensitive to the impacts, both positive and negative, that such development can have. I know and understand Evanston. I've lived in Evanston since 1974. I received my undergraduate degree from Northwestern before that. I've got a master's degree in urban planning, and over my 30-plus year planning career, I've really worked with municipalities all across the region doing strategic planning and economic development. My planning career began in Evanston in 1976, working as the preservation coordinator. And over the course of time that I was in Evanston, I did a lot of other projects, working with the library design competition and putting together our capital improvement program. And I believe that because of my experience, I can bring a range of skills and best practices to the community discussion that I think will be really helpful.
Thank you very much, Jean.